Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Here in the car, we are going to go record hunting. So right now, I'm in line at Chick-fil-A, and we are going to procure some chicken goodness, and then, because it's lunchtime, and then we are getting on the highway, the glorious I-4, and we are heading to Tampa, hour and a half, 2-hour drive, to check out a record shop, Sound Exchange. And I think I know of this brand, but apparently it's worth driving to Tampa for. So we're going to do just that. Hopefully shop for some records and some music. And we're taking you along for the journey. You're not going to want to miss this. Okay, chicken nuggets have been acquired. Power food for picking through crates. Crate digging. Also have my crate digging finger muscles exercised, ready. Getting the workup going there. Yes, I think we're getting ready. Now this is the best part for you because you don't have to be in the car for an hour and a half getting all the way down to Tampa. So a little 10-second clip is much better, trust me. But it was a beautiful day, and actually the drive, it really wasn't that bad at all. Made it down to very warm, like 90 degrees, a lot of humidity. Tampa, Florida. So if that thrift store over there looks familiar, it does to me too. Because I think I've been here before, actually. I couldn't find the video on my channel, but I think I remember being here. But we're gonna do it again. We're gonna go in here, we're in a record shop. Yeah, definitely remember this. Big store. Should definitely be able to find some awesome things here. Love it when there's equipment on display too. Speakers, amps, some reel-to-reels. That's what I need. I need a reel-to-reel machine. Still haven't figured out my Akai. Yeah, there's some nice ones too. I think I would go with a TIAC. I don't think I would go with another Akai. Check out these Grundig World radios. Those are really cool. And I've got an Edison phonograph here. Interesting. I've never seen one with this mechanism in here. Look at that. This looks like a refurb, but it still says Edison on it. Very, very interesting. Lots of cool stuff. Look at all these receivers over here. Yeah, this is really nice because they're not blaring music. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's definitely a lower key experience. You don't feel like blasted away. I love when they put equipment in. I think that's really, really cool. You got a variety of books, history. Look at this radio. Some antiques. Look at this. You can get records and milk glass all in one place. A plethora of CDs. Some Stone Temple Pilots over here. Well, that's cool. It's got like all of them on one. Lots and lots and lots of CDs. Little Gene Simmons action. Funko Pops. My son probably needs that one. He collects the music ones. Let's see if I can find soundtracks. Soundtracks are always kind of off in the back with the comedy and world music, it seems. Back here with the opera, classical music, budget classical. All this, we haven't even got to the records yet. Got like a budget section here, audiophile here, different decades. That's cool. It's got to be well organized. That is a key element. All right. We have some world music, and somewhere around here, soundtracks? It says it, yeah. And that looks to be international. It's actually over here. All right. Okay, looking at the DVDs now. I actually am kind of in the market for a DVD. Let's see if we can find it here. No luck there, so I'm going to go back over to the VHS. I wouldn't mind having the VHS version either. So let's see what we can find. And not what I was really looking for, but check this out. This is like a collector's box limited edition set of the 1994 Three Tenors concert, the one that was in Dodger Stadium, $7.99. And if I open this up, check this out. This is an instant, easy purchase, but we got the official program from the concert, which is cool. Then we got the CD itself sealed, and the concert on video, VHS sealed. That's really cool. That's easy for me to say yes on something like that. $7.99. Take my money now. That's not a problem at all. Not every day you see beta tapes sealed, but there we got a couple of them. Finally, looking at the vinyl. That's awesome. I really want the score. In fact, I've ordered the score on CD. I'm not as big of a fan. These are awesome. I have a couple of these. Not as big of a fan of the actual soundtrack itself. But I really want to find the movie, that sneak peek. That's what I was looking for in video. Still looking. Haven't found it yet, but may find it. But I got to flip through the soundtracks. This is kind of a mandatory one for me. I love looking through soundtracks. This is interesting how they have this. Some of these are behind the counter. They're so valuable, I guess. Any of you guys like to collect soundtracks? I've always loved soundtrack music. Always. It's always, look at that. That's cool. It's always been something that I've, it's a Return of the Jedi one I just passed. That's cool. But yeah, it's always been something I've loved. It's just orchestral movie music. I always bought the score instead of the soundtrack whenever I had a chance to do so. I was just more interested in that rather than a collection of pop songs that were used in a movie. Picture disc there. Also, you ever notice the title of a record is usually at the top? It's specifically for this. When you're flipping, you see the top of the record. So it wouldn't make sense to put the title at the bottom. Something you may never have thought about. I have this, I think. The title at the top. That way when you're flipping through it, oh, this is cool. This is that lo-fi album. That way when you're flipping through, you can see it. Sweet Dreams, I have that. Awesome. Saw this modern repress a minute ago of this, but check this one out. Apparently they got one behind the counter, $50. That is a mint copy with a promo stamp and a custom inner sleeve. Great, they got all my favorite stuff right up front. Now I got the Disney and kids stuff right up front. Look at this, a Tiki Room record. That's always expensive. I do not have that yet. I may never have it. I love Disneyland records. I love Disney picture discs. I do have this. I recently acquired that. I haven't shown it on the show yet. Never saw the movie. Got that too. Got this. That's cool. Woody Woodpeckers. Cabbage Patch Kids. I've got that one. I've got that Robin Hood one. Soupy Sales. That's cool. Just got that Incredibles picture disc recently. Yeah, some good stuff in here. Moana 2, Dumbo, My Little Pony. Why not? Be a brony. I don't know any bronies. You brony? Got any bronies? Definitely give yourself a shout out. We might have hit gold on the Goonies DVD. Apparently it's over with the kids. So as soon as I find that, we're good. Love it when they put logos and stuff on the dividers. Very, very cool. By the way, have you seen our label show? You didn't watch that one, did you? Maybe you should go back and check it out.
These are hard to see. Not on the radar, but I love this movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that. $2.99 on Blu-ray? Heck yeah. Now, if they had part 1, I would also get that too, but I don't see it yet. It's in DVDs, not Blu-ray. Kind of hard to see these too. Actually, using the camera, look in there. There we go. $2.99. Perfection. Funko Pops, which is pretty common. What's not as common is seeing a record shop that actually separates out the laser discs from the records, which is nice, and the video discs from the laser discs. Not a lot of people even know what the difference is there. All right, time to go look at more vinyl. Always want to know what you guys are looking for too, by the way. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should be looking for. Ooh, we got signals right here, 45s. Organized. Oh, look at this. Christmas and children's out to dig through this. This is cool stuff. Look at this, a Shirley Temple one. That's cool. Look at this. 7 Brides for 7. I'm getting that. I have laughed at a lot of movies in my day, but there was a scene in that made me laugh harder than many other things. And LL Cool J, because that's what the kids like. Must be miscategorized the Wuzzles. Show and Tell records. Sold off the Show and Tell system before we moved out here. It was cool, but it was definitely a novelty. There's a Flexi. That's cool. Look at this. Pioneer clear turntable. Is it HMV? Or if it's real or a knockoff? Crapaphone or gramophone? That's the question. I'm sure that one's real. I feel like this looks like it's literally my Technics changer. There's an RT85. Oh yeah, record cleaning. It's like a Sherwood and a Pioneer maybe. A signed Def Leppard symbol. Barry Manilow picture disc. We got some cassettes in here. Folks comment on these videos that they wish they had something like this, and I'm hoping that these videos kind of bring the experience to you, sort of a virtual experience for folks. Also, let me know in the comments what you would be looking for. I always want to know that as well. We got the budget stuff in the back. If you want to kill some time, you can find some good stuff. Like, look at this. Snow White, Dennis Day. Okay, bonus points if you can tell me what old-time radio show Dennis Day was known to be a part of. Look at this. They even have records for crafting purposes. We got 10-inch records down here. Wow, eclectic. Songbirds of America. Look at this picture disc. Striper. That's cool. Elton John picture disc. Wow, there's some cool stuff. Yeah, this store, look at this Bacon's Bill. That's cool. Roy Rogers, Sons of the Pioneers. Man, this store has good stuff. You know, it's not just rock and rap. And I know a lot of us like that too, but to have some variety of stuff. Also goes to show you that if you dig around the corners and in the back of these stores, sometimes you'll find stuff that'll surprise you. Here's a 78. Oops. And everything fell forward. Keep it all pushed towards the back. Have good crate digging etiquette. Oh, this is cool. That's cool. Jerry Lewis, the Noisy Eater. Bozo Records approved. The Stone Tape. Wow, the variety is like, what is this? Tempo Tantrum. There's some great stuff in here. V-Disc? No. Oh, it's got to be a reprint. Yeah. Okay. I was like, there's nonchalantly V-Discs in here. Wow. And Hamlet. Isn't that the record that the Beatles had playing over the radio, or that was playing over the radio when they made a recording for one of their songs? I'm gonna look for some Bob Hope. Look at the stereo test record section. A Harman Kardon test record. Stereo review. Journey into stereo sound. Oh, this is cool. Might be good stuff for the show in here. What? Wow. There's not a lot of people here. Now it is kind of the middle of the day, but there's just so much. I just look around and I keep seeing stuff. Like, I just look up and I see like some comics and I see some history and transportation books. It's like nerd heaven. This is like nerd heaven. Look at all this stuff. Blank tapes. I wonder how much the blanks are. Let's see. $3 for an Maxell UR60. That's a good price. We got some home recorded tapes. We got some pre-recorded tapes. I learned that term from Teclone because I never called them that. I just called them tapes. Patsy Clinton. I have to check here. I've gotten to the point now. I feel like I've collected it all. Oh, this is that. Yeah, this is that 45 RPM version of that. Yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff everywhere. Even Greedo. Greedo approves. You know, there's some. Oh, Dolly Parton. I want to look at Dolly Parton too. There's something to be said about handwritten. We were just talking. If you saw the show, I'm sure you've gone and seen the show about labels, right? We just. I was talking about handwritten labels and it looks sloppy, but if you make it look like this, I think it's kind of appealing because there's some personality involved in it as well. Not much to choose from with Dolly here, unfortunately. Complete if we didn't see some 8-tracks. Oh, look at this. Beatles Live Volume 1 on Pickwick. They're even, some of these are even sealed, resealed. Harry Chapin. I don't know if this happens to you, but when I go records shopping sometimes, my eyes just kind of glaze over and I can be passing right by something that's incredible and miss it just because I'm like overstimulated with all this stuff. And then I'll see it like while I'm editing. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just passed over this grail I've been looking for. And then I was like not able to see it in the moment, but yeah. Does that ever happen to anybody else? Is it just me? Maybe it's just another aisle now. Looking at the stuff under the counter, it's always interesting. Overflow. A lot of budget stuff can be found down there. Mostly record stores allow you to take down there, I've noticed anyway, but that last one we went to, I did short of it recently. They weren't cool with it, which is fine, but remember this album? Music has a way of time stamping, like a place and time. Like I know where I was when that came out or when that was popular. Singles, I do have this, a viewer gift. Jive Bunny. And another look at the 45s over here. There's more on the other side. I didn't even see that. Everything very clearly labeled, organized, which is cool. It's the way it should be. I very much appreciate that. You got the Beatles back there, Beach Boys, rest in peace. Brian Wilson. Oh, look at this. That's cool. That's really fun. We got jazz over here. I didn't even get into the jazz stuff. There's a stereo that's actually playing in the back there. Latin reggae. We got some interesting jazz 10-inch over here. 78s. I didn't even get to, oh, the Christmas. I didn't even get to the Christmas stuff. Oh, look at all this. There's a Coral 78. And finally, we have a 3-inch record section. Only a couple of choices here, but they're there. Okay, mission accomplished. Probably the most fun I've had record shopping in a while, and probably the most I've actually purchased from a record shop in a while. Stand by for a haul video, but first, for me, an hour and a half in the car, back to home.
You're watching Record-ology.
Okay, and here is the haul. I feel kind of silly with all this stuff for myself. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm very grateful to have all of it. We talked about the 3 tenors and what that is and why it's special. I never thought I'd find one at a good deal. This 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, there's a scene in here. My dad and I, the whole family, we were watching this maybe 10 years ago, and there was a scene, and I just started laughing like uncontrollably. And that's what I think of from this. Plus the music is just good. So that's a really cool thing. Picked up a Bing Crosby Best Of. I have these songs, but it's cool to, from a collecting standpoint, to find different versions. And I love these 20th Century Master sets. If only for the booklet, you know, the liner notes are going to be really cool there. All right. VHS. I'm really going to avoid trying to pick up a lot of VHS because I went through a purge of VHS tapes a couple of moves ago where we donated everything except for what was too painful to part with. That being said, for $2.99, this is just very cool. I have a box set. I shouldn't say I had a box set of the Indiana Jones, the original trilogy, and all but the Temple of Doom has gone missing. So this is my favorite one. By the way, did you know they're re-releasing this to the theaters again? That would be really cool to see. And then the Glenn Miller story, arguably my favorite movie of all time. This is the first version that I had, and it's also long since gone. So I picked this up for nostalgic reasons for $1.99. Then, over the last year or so, I've kind of gone back, and I had seen Home Alone 1 and 2, in my opinion, the only good ones, the only ones worth buying anyway. They kind of, in my opinion, sort of degrade the more, 2, 3, 4, 5 you go. But 1 and 2 are incredible. The music, Alone by John Williams, and it's really, really good, heartwarming, just cozy Christmas movies. I've never owned these, but I decided to pick them up. $2.99 for a Blu-ray, $3.99 for a DVD. I think that was pretty dang fair. I'm excited to have them. I will use these to make audio copies for my own use. And then my recent plunge into the world of Goonies, I had to pick up a copy. It's right now through the end of June streaming on the Max app, the old HBO app, HBO Max. I think it's just called Max now. But at the end of June, it's going away or maybe going else somewhere. And I, again, want to use this to make an audio copy for my own use and just to have a physical copy to watch. This is a very bare bones package here, but that's fine. Just want the content. $2.99. That's an easy win. Again, I feel silly buying myself all these toys. I don't need anything. I really don't need anything. And then to top it off, I got a couple of Father's Day gifts today as well. Not from that store, but I thought since we're doing show and tell, I did get this record, which Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, the original soundtrack. This music is so good. Danny Elfman, just incredible. I love it with my whole heart. And what's really exciting about this is the Zoetrope edition. This is my first Zoetrope record. And I really have wanted to demonstrate one on the show. And we will do that probably as we get closer to Christmas with this. We'll demonstrate and talk about the history of Zoetrope records, how they work, and show it animated. This is going to be so cool. This is a double record set, premium item. Again, something I've always wanted. My son gave this to me, and I'm so incredibly blessed. And my daughter gave me this. Her and her husband gifted me the Goonies score on CD. And this is so exciting because the soundtrack to the Goonies had been out for years and years, but the score had never been released until I think 2010. And I love the score. Like I said in the store there, I knew that that the soundtrack was there with the pop songs, the Cyndi Lauper and stuff. That's fine, but the score is what I really love, especially the first song, the Fratelli Chase. That's an incredible song, but look how much music is on here. So I'm super excited. My kids know their dad well. So 2 wonderful musical gifts from my kids. I'm spoiled. I've got stuff to listen to, watch, read, etc. for months. But I wanted to share this with you and to say thank you to them. And mostly, I hope you guys just had fun. Again, vicariously experiencing this, hopefully, with these videos. And we've got a lot more coming your way, both on this channel and on the other channel, the Detour with Record-ology channel. Keep an eye out for content on both as we go, guys. But that's going to do it for today. So happy record hunting, and we'll see you next time.